Hey everybody, this is Kathleen with Windy Chaos, and I am so excited to show you this kit. I've added some things to it. I will tell you it's a little bit on the bigger size as far as the file sizes go. So if you have not a lot of memory on your device, you might want to just do the PNG files, just working things from files rather than downloading the whole GoodNotes file or the Noteful file or the zip or the Zoom Notes file, just because the sticker books are pretty heavy. I guess is the word I'm looking for. It might tax your system if you don't have enough memory. So we're talking like in the 800 megabyte range. But that's because it is so full of so many beautiful graphics, and I had some fun adding some new kinds of elements to this book. And I'll take you through it. It's in the planner bits, is if you're looking for it, what the new things are. And so I'm going to show you what I've got in the clip art pretty well, and then I'm going to kind of zip through some of the other parts that you already know. Okay, so that's just an intro page. On this page we've got our numbers. They're these cute little pumpkins. I have varied them, and we've got our number dots. And then on this page, you can go and click here to get more numbers and numbers from different kits as well. Then, gosh, I'm sorry. I thought I had these all zoomed to the right aspect. But then we've got our months, and you get those in several different, these are days of the week. But there's two deco styles. We've got this pretty branch with one little leaf, and the strip with just a pretty like piece of paper that looks like a strip, and then we've got the little buttons. And you can get other types of days of the week and abbreviations and stuff, some that match the kit, and then you have access to all the other kit bits on that. These are little time dots basically. And then for the months, you've got that same format of the branch and the word strips. And then there's there's the months in those two fonts. And again, those, in case this is the first time you've ever looked, these are actually, this is linked to a file in Dropbox. And you can do split screen with, oh, that's GoodNotes. I don't want GoodNotes. I'm in Zoom Notes. But then you can do, and you can just pull things over, just what you want. And that way, that's my attempt to keep this from getting to be an even bigger monster file than it already is, but still give you all the stuff. So I've done that in several locations, but this is like the drag and drop zone. Just pull things over into it, just what you want to use. You might not need 31 of those numbers. You might need just 7 of them. That's kind of the feeling behind it. You might only want the 1 month in this sticker book, not all the months. So, okay, let's get back to this. Okay, so now we're in the clip art. I'm going to kind of zoom in and just kind of scroll for you. I won't name every last thing, but if there's something specific, I did a lot of these barn doors. A few of them are where the background is out, but most of them the background is in. So in fact, I think that's the only one that I made like a little frame to. So yeah, we've got the baskets, and we've got a couple of fences and a fire. And 2 of these at the top here are framed. So this one is a label, but then this one's a frame. We've got a frame and a label. And then, oops. And then this one is just a label. So, and as you can see, I've kind of made like a little shadow for the book, so you can kind of put things back where they were if you mess up your sticker book. Sorry, my kitty cat is talking to me. Okay, and then this is a frame, and this is a frame, and this has a transparent background as well. All right, and then this is like a little collage. It's all together, but it does have a clear background. And just really beautiful color palette. Just lovely fall colors. And at the bottom of each page, you kind of have the whole color palette. The colors that I pulled out and used over and over again. And then this one page, we've got these cute scarecrows. These are more frames or kind of like bottom frames. And then these beautiful scenes, and oh my goodness, I just love how these turned out. And they have, you know, that pretty feathered edge to them. It's just truly lovely. You know, my thing is I do love the watercolor style. I think it just looks so good on the page. It's just so easy to integrate into your planner. So there's that. And then we've got these cute wheelbarrows, some with pumpkins, some with apples. And they were just enough different that I still wanted to include them all. And then these leaves, I put them in 2 places because I created them to just be your planner shape. So you could do like a whole week and do 7 of these leaves and have each day be a leaf. And I think that would be just so fun. And I really love ginkgo leaves. I think they are so beautiful. All right, and then we've got our labels, and you've got some pattern labels down here. And then we've got our shapes, which are great for, especially if you love widgets. They're kind of a shape that a lot of folks really enjoy. Then I've got a couple of them where I've made them up into little poems, and then some that incorporate the some of the clip art. Okay, and then this page is the start of the planner bits. So planner bits for me are all the little things that make it really cute and personalized, and a fun way to get all your lists together and just make it darling. These are a little bit different. They are not as flat. I've given it what they call an inner shadow. And for me, this is kind of like if you were to ink the edge of, if you had, you know, like cardstock, and you were just kind of putting a little antiquing on the edge, which is fun. And then these guys are little pockets, and I did do a vellum-y one this time using, so there we go. And then this is the washi tape, and this is kind of your first preview of all the patterns that I've used. I went a little crazy this time, so there's 7 of them, and I usually just do 4, but I just think they turned out so cute, and I couldn't eliminate any of them because they were just all so good. So we'll get into the actual patterns here in just a minute. Then you've got a few little words here. I try to come up with like 4 little phrases that match the theme. And then there are loads and loads of planner words that you can use by clicking on the links, and loads of planner words and other fonts if you click on the other link. Oh, sorry, my kitty cat is just talking. Same thing with the icons. I don't load them all in here because I know not everybody uses them, but there's over 180 some icons that you can go through. I recolor most of them, not every one, but I do try to add color to all of them so that they match the theme pretty close. I don't know if you can hear my kitty. He sometimes sounds like exactly like he's saying hello. Anyhow, these are the Dutch doors, which I love Dutch doors. This is one of my favorite things. And in Zoom Notes, you can do Dutch doors in a way that it'll actually turn. But I usually just do it so that if I tap on it, it covers and uncovers. I think this one's a really pretty one because it's kind of an unusual shape, and it's got this really pretty doily behind it. And now these are the new things. So I've been inspired by the junk journal stuff that I've been seeing a lot of, and I wanted to bring that into digital planning. So in junk journaling, you have what ATC, which are artist trading cards, but they really remind me of what I used to do when I did paper stickers, which were full boxes. So you can call them whatever you like. I'm calling them ATCs, but it's kind of that same premise. So I did these based on an 8.5 by 11 page, and I think they're really cute. Just bringing in the different elements. Again, I tried to give everything that kind of inked edge. And then we've got the bookmarks. And then these are journaling cards. We have them in tags. I did 3 tags, and I did 4 of the journaling cards. And then we just have some regular cute tags. And then I'm calling these punch out shapes, like if you had a paper punch that did the cute shapes. These doilies were super fun to create. This one's got kind of a wheat motif. And this one's got a little bit of a pumpkin. I need to kind of warp. There we go. And then we have these word snippets that are on more of like the torn paper. And I just went with kind of fall phrasing that I thought was really nice. And I like kind of that typewriter look. So I hope you like those. And we've got another page. So here are just some little stitches as if you had taken a sewing machine and run a little seam across your page. And then these are portrait. So I wanted to show you. Oh, sorry. They're not lined up, and I don't know. I think I may have to just rethink how I'm doing this because I'm spending way too much time trying to line everything up all the time. Decisions, guys. It's hard. Okay, so with the portrait, I wanted to make it seem like you just flipped a page and you got to still see the center seam. Now, I don't know if that's everybody's cup of tea, but if I give you more than what you want, it's easy to crop. If I give you less than what you want, it's harder to add on. So my thought was these are like a double spread, but you're only seeing one side of the page if you're in a portrait planner. These, on the other hand, or if you're in a landscape planner, you're getting the full double spread. So you have two where it's where the image doesn't go across the whole page, and then you have two where the image does go across the whole page. So I love these. As far as how they look when they're made up, I can't wait to show you the mock-ups. Okay, and then here we are with the patterns. Again, like I said, I went a little overboard. We've got 7 patterns. We've got this pretty plaid. We've got a quilt that has a leaf motif. Then we've got some pretty leaves. We've got a quilt that's got a pumpkin motif. And then I called this quilt too. I just thought that the purple and the green was so pretty. And then this one I called Random Dots, and I love that pop of red in there. And this one's called Weave, and it's got kind of a burlap type feel to it. And so you get those in 2 cropped shapes to make it a little easier. A portrait and a landscape and a square. And then the plaid did not do very well coming over into a texture, so I've left it off. But here you've got those same patterns with the background removed and the color stripped. So these make for some really beautiful spreads when you just need a little bit of texture in the background. Okay, and then the layout stuff is really quite the same, except for, again, I added that little bit of shadow, and I think it just gave it a really pretty dimension to it. I like all those edges. So I need your feedback. If you'd rather have it flat, I'll go forward with flat. But if you kind of like this little bit of shading, let me know. And these are, again, regular planner shapes, and then you've got your leaf planner shapes. And guys, that's everything. I'm gonna jump off of here because I don't want to make this too long a video, but I hope you like it. I hope you like the additions. I hope it compensates for the fact that it's a very large file because there's just so many graphics in it. But I went a little crazy. But I hope in a good way that makes you really enjoy this kit. This will be probably my main fall thing that I plan from most of the season, because it's just got so many beautiful scenes and such a pretty aesthetic about it. Thank you so much. I almost forgot to show you the mock-ups. So this is the portrait, and this is one of the ones where I took one of the junk journal backgrounds and put it on the page, and so that spine there is showing. If you don't like that look, it's kind of easy to change up. You can just go like this and then just crop it. Crop. I just pull it to about right there. Done. And then you just stretch it out. And you could have that look there. I think that the spine being kind of over, I don't know, it just makes it more book-like, in my opinion. But that's just me. But anyway, there's that cute little scarecrow head, and then I did one of the little pockets, and then just 3 of these little postage stamp labels, and it's a pretty simple one. This one is the landscape, and I think that is just stunning. The main junk journal thing that I did here was just adding that junk journal tag. I think those are just really pretty. So there are probably 5 or oh gosh, maybe even more of these like watercolor scenes. There's like 12 in all, I want to say. Some of them are squares, some of them are landscape, and some of them are kind of a portrait. So there is just a lot in this kit of just really pretty watercolor. All right, and then here's the rings. And this one I did that junk journal style, and it really fits this page. It just covers up the rings altogether. So if I turn off the visibility, there you go. But yeah, these pages are in the Shelley planner are perfectly square, so these are very easy to line up and have them be absolutely corner to corner. And then I just added in one of these cool little planner shapes, layout shapes, and it's just really fun. Now this was one of those scene things. It looked better when I took down the opacity on it. And so that's one of the things I really like about the junk journal style, is playing with the opacity just kind of makes everything blend. If I wanted this not to stand out quite as much, I can go to image, edit, opacity, take it down to like a 60 or 70%, and it just gives it a really different, almost like it was vellum paper instead of, yeah. Anyway, it is a fun thing to play with. So there we go. Now you got the mock-ups. I can't believe I ran off and ended a video without showing them to you. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you really liked the junk journal stuff because it was fun to do. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.